7. Fruit seniors with insomnia should absolutely avoid. Sleep plays an extremely important role in maintaining physical and mental health, particularly for older adults. Unfortunately, many seniors in the United States, Europe, and other developed countries are currently struggling with chronic insomnia. This prolonged sleeplessness can lead to physical exhaustion, memory decline, and a significant reduction in overall quality of life. While many seniors pay close attention to factors such as sleeping environments, daily routines, and even resort to sleep medications, they often unknowingly overlook a familiar yet potentially harmful factor: food. In particular, certain fruits, often considered harmless or even healthy, can quietly disrupt the natural sleep cycle if consumed at the wrong time, especially in the evening. In today's exploration, we'll identify 7 fruits that seniors suffering from insomnia should absolutely avoid. Rather than relying solely on intuition, each analysis is backed by biological and medical insights, along with real-world research. Let's thoroughly investigate these fruits to safeguard sleep, the most precious gift in one's later years. 1. The harmful effects of oranges for seniors with insomnia. Oranges have long been known as a fruit rich in vitamin C, minerals, and powerful antioxidants. However, for seniors, particularly those experiencing sleep issues, this seemingly harmless fruit can quietly worsen their insomnia. Firstly, oranges contain an extremely high amount of vitamin C. In younger individuals, vitamin C typically boosts immunity and helps regenerate energy. However, in older adults, particularly when consumed in the evening, excessive vitamin C can stimulate the central nervous system, increasing natural alertness. As a result, seniors who eat oranges or drink orange juice after dinner often struggle to fall asleep, despite physical tiredness. Besides stimulating the nervous system, oranges are highly acidic. Studies of digestion among older adults, especially in the US and Europe, have shown that seniors commonly experience gastroesophageal reflux disease, GERD, more frequently than younger people. When acidic foods like oranges are consumed in the evening, stomach acid can easily reflux into the esophagus, causing heartburn, coughing, and mild breathing difficulties when lying down. These symptoms frequently wake seniors at night, fragmenting their sleep and preventing necessary recovery. Another important point is that, although the natural sugar content in oranges is lower compared to fruits like mangoes or grapes, consuming it at night can still cause slight fluctuations in blood sugar levels. For seniors, whose ability to regulate insulin is diminished, even minor changes in blood sugar can cause restlessness, anxiety, and discomfort, factors that hinder relaxation and prevent deep sleep. Additionally, oranges contain a significant amount of water. If seniors eat oranges or drink orange juice in the evening, especially close to bedtime, the increased fluid intake forces the kidneys to work harder. This often leads to nocturia, causing seniors to wake up multiple times to use the restroom. Such interruptions not only reduce sleep quality, but also increase the risk of falls, particularly when seniors move around while sleepy. Real-world scenarios in Western countries show that many seniors experience complications from prolonged, untreated insomnia. These complications include memory loss, mild depression, an increased risk of cardiovascular disease, and even a higher incidence of falls and bone fractures due to daytime fatigue. Eating seemingly healthy foods like oranges at the wrong time inadvertently contributes to exacerbating these conditions. Therefore, although oranges are generally beneficial to overall health, seniors suffering from insomnia, especially in the evening hours, should limit or entirely avoid consuming oranges and related products. To reap the benefits of vitamin C without affecting sleep, seniors should consume oranges in the morning or before 2 p.m. This timing coincides with periods of higher activity, facilitating better nutrient absorption without disrupting the body's natural biological clock. Hence, the advice for seniors in the US, Europe, or anywhere with a modern lifestyle is clear. Be cautious with oranges in the evening. It's a simple yet highly effective decision to protect your sleep. 2. Harmful effects of lemons for seniors with insomnia. Lemons are small fruits but contain exceptionally powerful citric acid. Typically, younger people use lemons to detoxify their bodies, aid digestion, or boost immunity. However, for older adults, especially those struggling with chronic insomnia, consuming lemons, particularly in the evening, can cause troubling issues that few anticipate. Firstly, the most impactful component of lemons is citric acid. When citric acid enters the body, it stimulates the stomach to produce more digestive acid. In seniors, whose stomach lining has become thinner and less tolerant to acid, this excess acid doesn't merely cause discomfort, but can easily lead to heartburn and acid reflux into the esophagus. The resulting burning sensation in the chest and throat can persist throughout the night, leaving elderly individuals restless, unable to fall asleep, or waking up intermittently due to discomfort. Another critical consideration involves the common Western habit among seniors of drinking warm lemon water with honey as a relaxing nighttime beverage. In reality, however, for seniors with a history of gastroesophageal reflux, a condition affecting over 60% of people aged 65 and older in the US, this added citric acid exacerbates symptoms. This practice inadvertently increases sudden awakenings at night due to feelings of choking or mild shortness of breath. The negative impact of lemons extends beyond digestion. They can also adversely affect the sympathetic nervous system. Studies indicate that consuming highly acidic foods in the evening can activate the sympathetic nervous system, putting the body into an alert rather than relaxed state. This is especially problematic for seniors, who often already have disrupted circadian rhythms, making it difficult to fall asleep or maintain continuous sleep. Another factor often overlooked is lemon's extremely high vitamin C content. Although vitamin C is beneficial to overall health, consuming large amounts of it close to bedtime can trigger mild adrenaline production, a hormone associated with alertness, causing unusual mental clarity at night. For older adults, whose brains already struggle with the delicate balance between sleep and wake signals, such additional stimulation is particularly detrimental to their natural sleep cycles. Moreover, the intensely sour taste of lemons strongly stimulates saliva production. For many older adults, whose salivary glands no longer function as efficiently as they did in their youth, excessive stimulation can cause persistent dry mouth, thirst, or oral discomfort during sleep. Although seemingly minor, these sensations are enough to awaken a senior in the middle of the night and hinder their return to deep sleep. All these points highlight that lemons, despite providing significant benefits when consumed at the right times, can become a hidden enemy of sleep for seniors if used improperly. Specifically, eating lemons, drinking lemon water, or consuming lemon-based dishes should be minimized in the evening or close to bedtime. For seniors in the US, Europe, and other areas where modern lifestyles significantly elevate insomnia rates, controlling evening acid intake becomes an important strategy for protecting sleep quality. Instead of lemons, seniors should opt for gentler alternatives, such as sweet apples, pears, or moderately ripe bananas, choices known to stabilize blood sugar and promote relaxation. In conclusion, lemons, fruits that appear harmless, can silently prolong sleepless nights for seniors if used incorrectly. Clearly, understanding these effects and adjusting dietary habits accordingly is the key to restoring peaceful nights and uninterrupted sleep for older adults. 3. The harmful effects of overripe bananas for seniors with insomnia. Bananas have long been regarded as a golden fruit for health, particularly benefiting digestion and cardiovascular health. However, not many people know that when bananas become overly ripe, they pose hidden risks to sleep, especially for seniors. Behind the sweet aroma and soft texture of very ripe bananas lie biochemical factors that can leave older adults tossing and turning through the night. The first crucial point is the formation of tyramine in overripe bananas. Tyramine is a naturally occurring biogenic amine that becomes increasingly abundant as bananas reach an advanced ripening stage. This compound stimulates the release of norepinephrine in the brain, a hormone known to increase alertness and mental arousal. For younger people, this effect might be negligible. However, for seniors, whose nervous systems are already sensitive and prone to disruptions in circadian rhythm, the tyramine content in excessively ripe bananas can significantly disturb the process of falling asleep, making it difficult for them to achieve deep and restful sleep. Additionally, overripe bananas contain higher amounts of natural sugars compared to bananas at optimal ripeness. When seniors consume these bananas near bedtime, blood sugar levels rise quickly, prompting the pancreas to produce insulin for regulation. This biochemical reaction not only activates metabolism, but also temporarily heightens alertness, directly opposing the relaxation mechanism needed for sleep. As a result, older adults may experience restlessness and discomfort, and they could even wake up in the middle of the night due to subtle fluctuations in blood sugar. Furthermore, excessively ripe bananas contain significant amounts of magnesium. Under normal circumstances, magnesium supports muscle relaxation and promotes sleep. However, in some specific cases, particularly seniors suffering from cardiovascular conditions or low blood pressure, a sudden increase in magnesium intake can lead to abnormal slowing of the heart rate, dizziness, or unexpected heart palpitations. All these effects pose significant health risks, further disrupting natural sleep patterns. Moreover, the very soft, sweet texture of overripe bananas increases the likelihood of gas formation in the digestive system. Seniors, whose bowel movements typically slow down with age, are more likely to experience bloating and discomfort when consuming overly ripe bananas at night. This sensation of abdominal fullness, though mild, often persists throughout the night, preventing restful sleep and causing frequent awakenings. A practical point worth noting is that in developed countries, such as the US and Europe, seniors are often encouraged to eat fruits as evening snacks instead of processed snack foods. Unfortunately, selecting overly ripe bananas, chosen for their softness, ease of chewing, and natural sweetness, can inadvertently contribute to chronic insomnia, a vicious cycle few recognize. To avoid these negative effects, older adults with insomnia should limit eating overly ripe bananas in the evening. If they still want to benefit from bananas' nutritional advantages, they should choose bananas that are just ripe, with bright yellow peels and minimal black spots. Additionally, bananas should ideally be consumed at least 2 to 3 hours before bedtime, allowing the body adequate time for digestion and biochemical stabilization. In conclusion, bananas, a fruit seemingly entirely healthy, can silently sabotage seniors' precious sleep if consumed improperly. Clearly understanding the biochemical changes occurring at each ripening stage and carefully selecting the right timing for consumption are crucial steps for seniors seeking to protect their sleep and preserve comprehensive health in the long term. 4. The harmful effects of grapes on seniors with insomnia. Grapes are beloved worldwide for their sweet, refreshing flavor and rich antioxidant content. However, for older adults, especially those struggling with chronic insomnia, eating grapes in the evening can pose hidden risks that often go unnoticed. Beneath the juicy and tempting appearance of each grape lie biological effects that can quietly disrupt the body's natural sleep cycle. One of the most notable compounds in grapes is resveratrol, a well-known polyphenol recognized for its anti-aging and cardiovascular protective effects. However, few realize that resveratrol can also stimulate neural activity and boost cellular energy metabolism. When the body is awakened at the cellular level, overall alertness rises, making it harder for seniors to achieve the deep relaxation needed to initiate sleep. In addition to resveratrol, grapes contain a relatively high amount of natural sugars, particularly in the sweet varieties popular in the United States and Europe. Eating grapes in the evening can cause a rapid spike in blood sugar levels, triggering insulin production to regulate this surge. This insulin regulation process can lead to mild restlessness and heightened sympathetic nervous activity, leaving older adults feeling unsettled and making it difficult to fully relax into deep sleep. Another important factor to consider is that grapes have high water content. Consuming them close to bedtime increases the amount of urine produced during the night. As bladder control naturally weakens with age, frequent nighttime trips to the bathroom become more common among seniors. This not only disrupts sleep, but also increases the risk of falls, as the body may not be fully alert when moving around in the dark. Moreover, certain types of grapes, especially black and red varieties, contain small amounts of caffeic acid, a compound associated with metabolism and mild nervous stimulation. Although the levels are much lower than those found in coffee or tea, in older adults with sensitive nervous systems, even minor stimulation can significantly affect their ability to relax and maintain deep, continuous sleep. Furthermore, many seniors in Western countries often consume grapes as a late-night snack. easy to eat, convenient, and perceived as healthy. However, few realize that eating a large amount of grapes in the evening, whether intentionally or not, places additional metabolic strain on the body. When the body is forced to process sugars, water, and complex bioactive compounds at a time when it should be resting, the production of melatonin, the natural sleep-inducing hormone, is inhibited, making it harder to fall asleep or resulting in restless sleep. To avoid these negative effects, seniors suffering from insomnia should limit grape consumption in the evening, especially after 7 p.m. If they wish to enjoy the benefits of grapes, the best times are in the morning or early afternoon, when the body is still active and can efficiently metabolize energy and absorb nutrients. In conclusion, grapes, a seemingly harmless sweet fruit, can quietly become a sleep thief for older adults if not consumed properly. Being aware of how different foods biologically affect the body, particularly in relation to sleep, empowers seniors to take better care of their overall health and enjoy long, peaceful nights. 5. The harmful effects of ripe mangoes for seniors with insomnia. Mangoes, often called the king of tropical fruits, are known for their sweet fragrance and high nutritional value. However, for seniors, especially those struggling with insomnia, consuming ripe mangoes, particularly in the evening, can bring about several adverse effects that many might not realize. Behind the attractive golden peel and rich sweetness lie biological impacts that can seriously hinder the process of falling asleep. One of the most notable factors when analyzing ripe mangoes is their extremely high natural sugar content. As mangoes reach optimal ripeness, their levels of fructose and glucose spike, causing the fruit's glycemic index, GI, to rise as well. When seniors consume ripe mangoes in the evening, especially close to bedtime, their blood sugar levels surge rapidly. This forces the pancreas to produce more insulin to transfer sugar into the cells, triggering a series of biochemical reactions aimed at stabilizing the body. However, the rapid fluctuations in blood sugar, first spiking and then suddenly dropping, create feelings of restlessness and nervousness, making it difficult for the body to achieve the deep relaxation necessary for sleep. For seniors, whose ability to regulate blood sugar is already weakened, these fluctuations can easily cause nighttime awakenings, often accompanied by dizziness, fatigue, and a longer time needed to fall back asleep. Beyond blood sugar issues, ripe mangoes also contain significant amounts of natural aromatic compounds such as terpene and myrcene. In small doses, these compounds can induce pleasant sensations. However, when large quantities are consumed, such as eating a lot of ripe mangoes in the evening, they can mildly stimulate the central nervous system. This stimulation leads to increased mental alertness, further complicating the natural relaxation process before sleep. Another point of concern is that mangoes contain small amounts of organic acids, like citric acid and malic acid. When consumed in the evening, especially by seniors dealing with digestive issues like gastroesophageal reflux disease, GERD, these acids can increase gastric acid production, leading to heartburn, acid reflux, or nighttime coughing. These symptoms not only cause seniors to toss and turn, but also disrupt the already fragile, deep sleep cycle at this age. Moreover, ripe mangoes are rich in soluble fiber, such as pectin. While fiber is generally praised for its digestive benefits, consuming too much of it in the evening, especially in seniors with slower bowel movements, can lead to bloating and abdominal distension. This feeling of tightness may cause mild to significant discomfort when lying down, leading to repeated interruptions throughout the night. In reality, mangoes have become increasingly popular desserts in many Western countries, thanks to easy imports and affordable prices. Seniors often choose mangoes as part of a healthy evening diet, without realizing that for those with sleep issues or blood sugar instability, this is far from an ideal choice. To minimize these negative effects, seniors should avoid eating ripe mangoes after 6 p.m. If they love this fruit, the best time to enjoy it is in the morning or early afternoon, when the body is still actively metabolizing and better equipped to handle the natural sugars and acids in mangoes without impacting nighttime sleep. In conclusion, mangoes, seemingly harmless and sweet, can silently damage seniors' precious sleep if consumed at the wrong time. Understanding how different foods interact with the body, especially in the evening, is the key for seniors to protect their sleep, maintain overall health, and enjoy their golden years to the fullest. 6. The harmful effects of pineapple for seniors with insomnia. Pineapple, also known as thum in some regions, is a tropical fruit famous for its distinctive sweet-sour flavor and high nutritional value. In many healthy diets, pineapple is often praised for its rich vitamin C content, digestive enzyme bromelain, and abundant antioxidants. However, for seniors, especially those facing sleep difficulties, consuming pineapple in the evening can pose hidden risks, quietly disrupting the body's natural sleep cycle. One of the most prominent biological characteristics of pineapple is its extremely high content of organic acids, including citric acid and malic acid. When these acids enter the body, they stimulate the stomach to secrete more gastric juice. For seniors, especially those already dealing with gastroesophageal reflux disease, GERD, a condition common among people over 60 in the US and Europe, this increased acid secretion exacerbates symptoms like chest burning, acid reflux, and nighttime coughing. These symptoms not only cause discomfort but also interrupt sleep, leaving seniors frequently waking up at night with sensations of burning or mild shortness of breath. In addition to its effects on digestion, consuming pineapple in the evening negatively impacts the body's natural biological rhythm. As the stomach works vigorously to process the acids and enzymes from pineapple, the sympathetic nervous system is stimulated, keeping the body in a state of light alertness. This interferes with melatonin production, the key hormone that helps the body transition into deep sleep. This explains why many seniors feel restless and struggle to achieve deep, restorative sleep after eating pineapple-based dishes in the evening. Another important factor to note is that pineapple is rich in bromelain, an enzyme that helps break down proteins and strongly supports digestion. While bromelain offers many benefits when consumed during the day, its strong digestive activity at night can slightly raise body temperature, making it harder for the body to cool down naturally, an essential step to initiate the sleep cycle. A consistently elevated body temperature has been scientifically proven to delay sleep onset and reduce the quality of deep sleep. Moreover, pineapple contains a relatively high amount of natural sugars. Although not as high as grapes or mangoes, for seniors with impaired glucose tolerance or prediabetes, consuming this sugar load in the evening can cause mild fluctuations in blood sugar. Even minor fluctuations can increase nervous system activity, leading to feelings of restlessness and difficulty fully relaxing into deep sleep. Real-world observations in many Western countries show that seniors are often drawn to the refreshing sweetness of pineapple on hot summer evenings. However, this habit can unintentionally expose them to problems like difficulty falling asleep, shallow sleep, and frequent nighttime awakenings. Issues that, over time, negatively affect overall health, from the nervous system to cardiovascular function. To protect sleep quality, seniors should avoid eating pineapple after 5 to 6 p.m. and ideally consume it in the morning or early afternoon. During these times, the body is more active and better equipped to process energy and digestive enzymes without disrupting the natural biological clock. In conclusion, pineapple, a nutrient-rich tropical fruit, can become a hidden culprit disrupting seniors' sleep if consumed at the wrong time. Deeply understanding the biological effects of each food and making appropriate dietary adjustments is the key for seniors to maintain peaceful nights and preserve their overall physical and mental health. 7. The harmful effects of green apples for seniors with insomnia. Green apples have long been loved for their mildly tart flavor, crisp texture, and high nutritional value. In many diets across the US and Europe, green apples are a staple, praised for their lower sugar content compared to red apples and their richness in fiber and vitamin C. However, for seniors, especially those struggling with insomnia, consuming green apples in the evening carries hidden risks that can severely disrupt their precious sleep quality. One of the key biological factors to consider is the very high malic acid content in green apples. Malic acid not only gives the apple its distinctive tartness, but also mildly stimulates the digestive system. When eaten in the evening, malic acid prompts the stomach to secrete more gastric juice, increasing digestive activity at a time when the body should be preparing for rest. In seniors, whose digestive systems are already weakened, This stimulation can easily cause symptoms like bloating, burping, and gas buildup, leading to discomfort, restlessness, and difficulty falling into deep sleep. Moreover, the digestion of malic acid slightly enhances sympathetic nervous system activity, keeping the body in a state of alertness rather than relaxation. This is particularly problematic for seniors who already have a more fragile circadian rhythm. When the sympathetic nervous system is mildly activated in the evening, melatonin production, the essential hormone for deep sleep, is suppressed, resulting in difficulty falling asleep, light sleep, and frequent nighttime awakenings. Additionally, green apples are rich in pectin, a type of soluble fiber. While pectin is typically beneficial for digestion and blood sugar regulation, consuming it at night, when bowel activity has slowed down, can slightly overstimulate the intestines. This leads to sensations of stomach rumbling, mild discomfort, and even prolonged bloating. Though not severe, these sensations are enough to disrupt sleep, leaving seniors feeling fatigued and drained the next morning. Another often overlooked but important factor is that eating green apples at night can cause dry mouth or mild thirst. The acids and fibers in the apple stimulate continuous saliva production, which can later deplete natural moisture levels in the mouth, especially problematic for seniors who already experience reduced saliva secretion with age. This dryness and thirst can wake them up multiple times during the night to drink water, significantly disrupting their already fragile deep sleep. Furthermore, recent European studies have shown that consuming strongly acidic foods like green apples in the evening can cause a slight rise in nighttime cortisol levels, the hormone associated with stress. This indirect elevation of cortisol can lead to lighter sleep, more vivid dreams, and frequent startling awake, factors that dangerously degrade the restorative quality of sleep needed by seniors. In reality, many seniors in developed countries have developed the habit of eating green apples as a nighttime snack, believing them to be a low-sugar, low-fat, healthy option. However, over time, this habit can quietly erode sleep architecture, plunging them into a vicious cycle. Prolonged insomnia, physical exhaustion, declining mental health, and an increased risk of chronic disease. To minimize these negative effects, seniors should avoid eating green apples after 5 p.m. If they love this fruit, it's best consumed in the morning or early afternoon, when the body is still highly active and better able to process the acids and fiber without disrupting the natural biological clock. In conclusion, green apples, often thought of as a safe and healthy choice, can quietly become a sleep disruptor for seniors if consumed improperly. Understanding the biological effects of each food and building eating habits aligned with the body's natural rhythms is the key to helping seniors enjoy peaceful nights, full recovery, and a longer, healthier life. Sleep is not merely a time for rest. It is a critical period when the body repairs, regenerates, and recovers from the wear and tear of the day. For seniors, achieving deep and uninterrupted sleep is even more crucial, as it significantly impacts quality of life, from cardiovascular health and cognitive function to emotional stability on a daily basis. Through the detailed analysis of 7 familiar fruits that carry hidden risks to sleep, we hope that seniors, as well as their families and caregivers, will gain deeper insights to better adjust dietary habits. Sometimes, a simple change, such as avoiding oranges, lemons, overripe bananas, or grapes in the evening, can make a tremendous difference, helping older adults slip more easily into deep restorative and truly restful sleep. Always remember, taking care of sleep is taking care of the future of your health. Every positive change, no matter how small, is incredibly valuable on the journey toward living a healthy, peaceful life each day.